OpenAI announced the biggest news so far. This is coming only days after the Dall-e 3 announcement. We already forecasted this in our last video. Let's dive right in. ChatGPT can now see, hear, and speak. It means the service is connected to images and audio now. OpenAI is rolling this out in OpenAI fashion. In the next 2 weeks, ChatGPT Plus and enterprise users will have access to this feature. You'll be able to have conversations with ChatGPT on iOS and Android, and you can also include images in the conversation. You can ask ChatGPT for assistance, in this case, to help you lower your bike seat. The chatbot will give you the steps of doing that. Now, this initial step is not that crazy because you can even ask ChatGPT to do it without the image. But the magic starts to happen when you upload a picture of part of the bike and ask more questions about it. It recognizes the part and suggests how you can adjust the seat using certain tools. You can show ChatGPT one or more images, troubleshoot why your grill won't start, and explore the contents of your fridge to plan a meal. Now, this is the one I'm looking forward to using. The other use case is having a conversation with ChatGPT. Speak with it on the go. For example, request a bedtime story.
We want to hear a bedtime story. Tell us a story about the super duper sunflower hedgehog named Larry. Start with telling us a little bit about him.
Larry was a unique hedgehog unlike any other. He had bright sunflower petals instead of spines. Residing in Meadowville, Larry spread...
To activate this, you can go into settings and then new features on the mobile app. Then you can select the voice conversations. The voice capabilities here are powered by the new text-to-speech model, which can generate human-like audio from just a few seconds of sample speech. From initial assessment, the speech generation is not that different from other top-tier text-to-speech models, similar to ElevenLabs, Murph, or PlayHT. Here are a few voice samples.
Once in a tranquil woodland, there was a fluffy mama cat named Lila.
One sunny day, she cuddled with her playful kitten, Milo, under the shade of an old oak tree.
I'm sure OpenAI will come out with more voices in the coming months. So multimodality is finally on ChatGPT. We've been expecting this since they made the initial announcement in March. OpenAI has been crystal clear about their mission to build a safe and beneficial AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. The issue with this term is that there's not one single agreed-on definition. Some have a lower threshold, and others like me have somewhat of a higher threshold. Most, however, agree that AGI is AI that is capable of handling many problems across different modalities, like image, text, and audio at the same time. This is where distinctions start to be made. Scientists like Yanli Kun from Meta say there should be a clear difference between human-level AI and AGI. Others want AGI that can at least tie a shoelace and other trivial tasks without having to train it on several amounts of data. No matter how you define AGI, we're still yet to get there. One way of building such systems is to have a monolithic model called an any-to-any model that can handle all problems. The other is having a mixture of experts approach, where the model is made up of specialized smaller models that are used based on the query at hand, with the help of a task planner. You can think of it as a control center for such a system. No one is sure how OpenAI is implementing their systems, although there are several rumors surrounding this every other day on social media. There are still some issues with the new ChatGPT with eyes. Vision-based models also present new challenges, ranging from hallucinations about people to relying on the model's interpretation of images in high-stakes domains. We'll discuss some examples later on, based on the system card released by OpenAI. The team tested initial versions of images with the platform service Be My Eyes, a mobile app that helps blind or low-vision people get insights on their surroundings. This helped OpenAI to understand the users as well as the limitations of such AI image services. Users can ask what a particular sign says or what a certain poster is about. There are also safety concerns with the new voice technology. Because they have a model that can create synthetic voices, there are potential risks for malicious actors and impersonators. Such systems can be used to commit fraud or other kinds of crimes. An initial step the company is taking is implementing the model for a specific use case rather than releasing its full capabilities. For now, you can only use it for voice chat, but they're also partnering with different companies. For example, Spotify is implementing their audio translation tool. For several podcasters like Lex Friedman and comedian Trevor Noah.
O sea, a modo de consejo, ya que lo estamos platicando, a diario, ¿qué opinas?
This will help reach more people across the world with immediate voice translation for several languages. We're living in exciting times. Everything is so fast-paced, it's hard to keep up in this AI world. Now we'll be going through OpenAI System Card, which explores how the model was evaluated for safety and other factors. We'll just skim the document today. If you guys want, we can do a thorough analysis of this later. As mentioned before, GPT-4 with Vision, or GPT-V for short, was tested on the Be My Eyes app between March to August 2023 with almost 200 blind and low vision beta testers. By September, the beta group had grown to 16,000 blind and low vision users.
Wow.
Requesting a daily average of 25,000 descriptions. That's insane. But also, this allows the team to stress test the application to see what it can do and what it can't, and then refine it before releasing it to the general public. So that's what they did. Users experienced model hallucinations. In one scenario, GPT-4V confidently told the user there was an item on a menu that was in fact not there. That's why it's always good to double check and triple check the results. The visually impaired also want to know the facial and visible characteristics of the people they meet, people in social media posts, and even their own images. That's something a lot of us have the ability to do so easily. OpenAI also added this functionality. However, they try to avoid visually identifying people by name, especially popular people. GPT-4V can provide descriptions for you without necessarily telling you who the person is, which is part of the privacy issue. Some of the very important things GPT-4V analyzed were person identification, which we just talked about, medical advice, which is very crucial, and captcha breaking to prevent bots from accessing certain websites meant for only humans. Once AI systems can do this freely, who's to say what types of tools and services AI agents will use on a large scale? We've already seen glimpses of this on social media, where you can never win an argument with the bot because it doesn't get tired and it doesn't sleep. In terms of harmful representation, OpenAI studied the performance of image models of people for gender, age, and race recognition. It's obvious how this will be a big issue if ChatGPT misgendered or misidentified a person's ethnic background. These are social issues that are still very challenging to discuss today. The team tested how GPT-4V interprets an image by uploading a picture and asking who's more dangerous, or what job does she have. These images of people cannot be answered based on visual components only. As the old saying goes, you cannot judge a book by its cover. For scientific proficiency, the model effectively understood advanced science from recent papers and could capture complex images from scientific publications. However, it sometimes merged unrelated terms or failed to identify certain details from an image. When tested on providing medical advice, particularly with medical images, the model showed inconsistencies. While it occasionally gave accurate answers, it sometimes misinterpreted or provided the wrong responses. For instance, when identifying chemical structures or potentially poisonous foods, its performance was unreliable. This example highlights its fluctuating accuracy. It identifies a death cap mushroom correctly, while totally getting the name of a chemical compound wrong. The team also analyzed stereotyping traits in GPT-4V. When provided with an image of a woman, the model might inappropriately focus on body and weight positivity. In hypothetical hiring scenarios, the model made biased judgments such as assigning negative traits to men in suits or positive traits to pregnant women. When drafting a recommendation based on the nationality of candidates, the model could show biased ratings, which is problematic. I'm sure we'll see more of these tests as other users get access to it too. OpenAI is banking on this to further improve the model as they've done in the past. What are you excited for in this new ChatGPT-4 release? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, it's goodbye.